some things about Hulk Hogan that were unbelievable to me. You really do not like the guy because, and let me see if I got this right. Hulk Hogan would come up to you at appearances and tell you you're the guy, you're the man, he loves you. You know, he showed a great deal of affection. And then he'd even say, give me a call, we'll get something going. Then you would call him, and he wouldn't return your call. Is that the source of the argument?
You're absolutely right, Mr. Howard, because the man, all intelligent wrestling fans around the world, a special match of the arena, Madison Square Garden, New York, and New York City, they know who was the champ when before that Hollywood Blonde Jabroni, Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik. Right. So, after I lost my belt to him, I'm getting so excited, I won't even stand up. Talk. And after I lost my belt to him, Mr. Howard, he come in the locker room. He said, Shiki baby, I love you. I owe you one. And after that, he never returned my call back. And another lie to me. He told me another lie. 2 months ago, I met him in the New Jersey. And he come, said, Shiki baby, I love you again. And he tell his jabroni puppet, he was my first manager, Jimmy Hart. And he tell Jimmy Hart, get the Shiki number, and we're going to use him for his show, reality show, whatever. Right. But I hope he have a little bit problem. He didn't call me again. That's the 2 times, Mr. Howard, he lied to me.
All right, so he lied to you. But here's the thing. I know you consider yourself a man's man.
Welcome to another Fowl original with me, good old Fowl. I had to. There's no other time in the world that I'll be able to mix the wrestling with this. Never in a million bazillion years is there a time where I could be talking about Saudi's preparing to admit that Jamal Khashoggi died during an interrogation after a joint investigation with Turkey, and also talk about the graps. So thank you for that one thing. I mean, I forgot that I had to have that bit ready. Hello there, person. Hello there, everyone. Hello there, Determination. Hello there, Hank Smith. Hello there, Alar Was. And Indriti Deodo. Si Uniti. Hello there, Didi. Hey, folks. How you doing? I've got the chat working over here. So it should be. Hello there, Brian. How you doing? So thank you for joining us for tonight. So first of all, obviously, gotta get my shills in. So if you would like to support the channel over here on this thing here, oh god, this is all falling apart. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you will see my big old bird face. When you see my big old bird face, then you can go down to support the channel. This site now features HTTPS, the new standard of making sure a site is secure that you can give money to. You can then go to support the site, support the channel even. Go to support the channel, you can go to Patreon, streamlabs.com/fowloriginalwrestling. You can also go and hit the donate button. If you hit the donate button, it will take you to a PayPal donation page. Even take you to a PayPal donation page, and you can go ahead and say, go, give me $5, make it a monthly donation to help support my channel on the regs, and that is on a monthly basis. $5, the price of a cup of coffee, will help me to produce all the different bits and bobs of content that I do. If you want to make it a one-off donation, let me know who you are. If you want to be like, I'm Sheiky baby, and I'll be like, I can't even type properly wearing sunglasses. I'm Sheiky baby. I'll be like, thank you, Sheiky baby. Have a good day. Don't put me in the camel clutch and make me humble. Thank you all for that. But this news is just getting rawer and rawer. So I wanted to talk about this story today because it encompasses, I spoke about the wrestling side of this yesterday. So we've talked about like how this all affects stuff and blah, 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 blah. But we haven't spoken about really the news side of this, like the actual side of this. So I want to take you down a short quickie, take you down memory lane. Just a brief memory lane shot. And this is all because of this news, which broke just as I was prepping the show today. But damn, I saw it on the Twitters. If you go to my Twitter, Fowl_original, I'll be checking this stuff out all the time. But Sally's preparing to admit Jamal Khashoggi died during interrogation, sources say. So this was from 8:31 today, GMT. This show happening now at 10:34 GMT. So 2 hours ago, several sources within Reuters, and I saw it from Reuters first, several sources within Reuters shown that Khashoggi may have died during interrogation. The Saudis are preparing a report that will acknowledge that Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi's death was a result of an interrogation that went wrong, one that was intended to lead to his abduction from Turkey, according to two sources. And this is CNN reporting this and Reuters. One source says the report will likely conclude the operation was carried out without clearance and transparency, and that those involved will be held responsible, aka the scapegoats. One of the sources acknowledged that the report is still being prepared and cautioned that things could change. The Washington Post columnist was last seen in public when he entered the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in Turkey on October 2nd. And there you can see him. Am I even showing this? Yes, I am. There we go. Sometimes it's weird to remember which one I'm doing. But CCTV footage shows Khashoggi entering the Saudi consulate on October 2nd. As you can see, there he is going in there. The time, date, timestamp. Previously, Saudi authorities have maintained Khashoggi left the consulate the same afternoon, but there is no evidence to support that claim. His fiancée, Hatice Kangis, was waiting outside the consulate, so she did not see him re-emerge. And the disappearance caused a diplomatic rift between Saudi Arabia and the West. Fallout, international firms pull out of high-profile investment summit, which is the Future Investment Initiative conference due to take place later this month in Riyadh. So that's a big deal. It's a really big deal. This was all talking about the 2030 initiative brought through by the Saudi prince, and it's the top story on CNN right now. Now, Turkish authorities previously said they believed that 15 Saudi men arrived in Istanbul on October 2nd, connected to Khashoggi's disappearance, possible murder. At least some of them appear to have high-level connections in the Saudi government. On Friday, a source familiar with the investigation told CNN that Turkish authorities have audio and visual evidence that shows journalist Khashoggi was killed inside the consulate. That particular part of the story is going to be amazing if that comes out. CNN reporters saw Turkish investigators, including forensic officers, entering the Saudi consulate in Istanbul Monday evening. Earlier Monday, President Donald Trump suggested that rogue killers could be behind Khashoggi's disappearance after a phone call with Saudi Arabia's King Salman about the case, because of course he's going to be unbiased in this. Trump said King Salman told him in a very firm way that they held no knowledge of it, in a kind of we know nothing, wink. And he didn't see the wink of the phone. Trump also said he dispatched Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to meet with King Salman during a Sunday night phone call. Great. On the airplane, State Department spokesperson Heather Nauert told reporters that Secretary Pompeo looks forward to meeting with King Salman. Of course he does. Of course he does. So that's the first bit of news what I wanted to talk about, because that's fresh. That's happening now. That's like right now. Stuff is going to be happening. We are going to find out potentially if we're going to be involved in another kind of oil issue. The Saudi government have, of course, been very, very like amenable in the investigation, and I'm guessing that because of all the reports before that, my little editorial piece, some people heads will roll. Heads will roll, quite literally. And I think that a few people are gonna. Hello there, Jimmy Jim. I think it's a whitewash, Brian. A whitewash. It is just absolute, like, just no knowledge. Yeah, no one is taking. I can totally understand. Totally understand why you would not want to be involved in this whatsoever. From a, it was their fault. Who did it? Them. They're not with us. They're not with us at all. We told them not to do it. We told them so many times. So you don't want me to kill Khashoggi. Wink. So you always don't. You have to say the wink sometimes because you can't hear it on the phone and you can't hear it during a potential murder plot. But right now we don't have any actual evidence. Turkish authorities said they do have evidence. This will probably be presented over the next few days. Not the best time for them to be doing this, really, was it, when they were having their big summit? I mean, the WWE part of this story we're going to get to in a second, because obviously it's related to the graps. So yesterday, John Oliver did a bit of a hit piece on the WWE and their links to Saudi Arabia, just a general piece about it. But he spoke about trying to get the hashtag cancel crown jewel hashtag trending. And I want to show you something. So this is my Twitter. So this is obviously on the wrestling side of things. But first of all, oh, if I can open another tab, can I do that? Yes. All right. So let's quickly and briefly take you to my Twitter. The reason is that, oh crud, close the chat. The reason I want to take you to my Twitter is because I think this will put a few things into perspective. So obviously I do a wrestling show, and this is perfect because it's wrestling based stuff. But right now I've got a poll happening, and I wanted to show you because I feel like it's a very interesting poll, and I've just noticed now that it's just changed. Let's take it to my Twitter. So if you go to my Twitter, obviously, as I said, this is a wrestling story, so this is really big for me. That I know that we're looking at it from like people has died, but it's wrestling. It's about the graps. Now, this is a poll that I've just put up. I saw this poll 2 hours ago, and it was, do you think at WWE will announce cancellation? This is something I asked yesterday as well. Sorry, on Saturday, when it's kind of happening through till Sunday. And before then, it was, no, they definitely won't. And I'll show you that poll in a second. This one right now is still going, and it's due to end during Raw, just after Raw, sorry. Do you think WWE will announce cancellation of WWE Crown Jewel tonight at Raw Philadelphia? Vote in our polls. They can hear you in Philly. Da, 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 da. So right now, we've got 39 votes, 7 hours left. Just when I last looked at it, it was 51. It was 52% to 48%. Right now, people are very split. The wrestling community and just generally very split on if they will actually cancel this tonight or if they're going to wait. Or they're just going to wait. But if the Saudi government, if they announce this now, that's it. Like this is done. Yeah, Crown Jewel is, they've already, and I wanted to show you the next bit, which is from WWE.com. And the reason why I specifically spoke about Raw is because Raw is airing at 1 a.m. UK time here. And I'm just going to show you what time it's airing in the US. So if we go to the WWE website, we've got just general stuff on here, trending videos. But tonight, and one of the big stories from Crown Jewel, a lot of the money that was poured into us, and this is all about money, and that's why we speak about it, is that will the Brothers of Destruction, and I know a lot of you are like, why you talk about wrestling on your show, but this is part of the deal. Will the Brothers of Destruction respond to D-Generation X? Now, you're like, okay, whatever. Now, this guy here, you may or may not know him. His name is Shawn Michaels. He has been retired from active wrestling for 8.5 years. But he went to Australia, got a little payday for standing around doing a few super kicks, and at Crown Jewel, specifically for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, they were going to have their own main event that no one else could ever have, which was The Undertaker and Kane versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Kane recently becoming a politician himself. I think he's finding it was a little bit of a dubious thing for him to go to Greatest Royal Rumble because he didn't want to be there during an election time, and also because just in case anything happened, now he is on the bill to turn up at Saudi Arabia for an amazing amount of money. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because let's read it. Are The Undertaker and Kane ready? Now that Generation X have reformed for a tag team battle with the Brother of Destruction at WWE Crown Jewel, what's going on through the minds of the dead man? So this whole show was going to be built towards, you know, what's going to happen at Crown Jewel. Will the Brother of Destruction respond, bringing them out of retirement? Now, it was not that long ago that you could see Crown Jewel all over the website, but now you have to like kind of find it. So you go to shows, then you go to premiere shows, Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, 205. Like you got to keep going down where it used to be up. Oh, there it is, all the way down here. Mixed Match down. Can you see? All the way down here. Well, that was all the way at the top not that long ago. So there have been changes. And now Crown Jewel is very, very empty. Where this all said Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and stuff. And even if you go to the preview, what does the preview say? Don't miss Crown Jewel, Friday, November 2nd, featuring Universal Champion Roman Reigns in a triple threat match. No specifics of where they're going to be. Just that it's happening. And, I mean, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Hello there, Edge Rapid. That's crazy. The WWE are cancelling something based on this. I know their team. And it's like, will tonight we find out via Raw if the Saudis are going to actually have some kind of sanctions? I mean, you can take everything. You can take the business meeting, the business summit, but you take our graps and we will go I don't want to say the word. We will retaliate. But tonight, the 15th of October 2018, there's still time. I mean, there's big events happening over the next few days as well. There's SmackDown happening. There's the big women's pay-per-view, Evolution. Now, if this news happens to be true, and we're still getting bits of it, as I said, that there's a chance that this has happened and the interrogation has gone, then that's pretty big news. And the WWE have built a lot of what they're doing over the next few months on that. And a lot of the money that they're paying for people has come directly from the Saudi government. And the big question is, the big question is the almighty dollar more important than freedom of the press, potentially state-sponsored and state-sanctioned murder in a foreign country? Because it's not just that they did it, it's that they did it in a country that wasn't theirs. If that's the case, that means that they committed an act of murder on foreign soil. Only way that it technically means that it wasn't on foreign soil was because it happened in an embassy, which is sovereign soil. Is state soil on a sovereign nation. That's the more important thing. And if they were happy to do that, if you say this is fine, then everything is fine. Donald Trump has said that he potentially thinks these are rogue agents and these are people who did this outside. The fact that it's being reported on CNN will mean that he screams fake news. So I don't really necessarily have any kind of opinion. Like I don't agree with his opinion whatsoever. I feel like this should actually be investigated myself. And just the evidence alone should be looked into. And do I think that the WWE should hashtag cancel Crown Jewel? Because I just want to show you, how entrenched this is. Tonight, this will be all over Twitter. I mean, I did a video about it. I'll just do a quick double shill. I did a video about it on my wrestling channel, if you want to check that out, where I talked about the wrestling side of it. But, this one. And look, this is, that was about Chris Jericho. But I'm just going to find the old poll, because the other poll was a lot closer, and this was only a few days ago, and I thought I'd poll the electorate. Let's go down. Come on, Fowl. You know you got the poll here somewhere. There we go. So this was the poll I did on October 12th, when it may have been in danger of being cancelled. We had 134 votes, and it was 63% thought that they wouldn't cancel them, and 37% thought, they said no because of money, and then they said yes because of course. But now that number's a lot closer. What a difference 3 days make, is all I wanted to say. So big news, big news, wrestling wise. If you like big news, then feel free to go to me, because I'm big news. And you can go to fowloriginal.com. If you go to fowloriginal.com, it will take you to my big old bird face. When you see my big old bird face, you can go ahead and click support the channel. If you click support the channel, it will take you to become a Patreon. You can go to streamlabs.com/fowloriginalwrestling. And you can also click the donate button. Go to my PayPal page. When you get there, you can go ahead and give me a donation via PayPal. You can save $5 if you want it. Make it a monthly donation to help support my channel on a monthly basis and to produce all the different little bits of stuff that I do. And thank you for joining me tonight here on Newsround. Always awesome to see you folks join. And if you want to talk about wrestling, subscribe to Fowl Original Wrestling on YouTube and like, share, and subscribe this video and all the stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to take you to one of my favorite segments, which is in other news, Metro Moments. So this is Metro Moments, where I get a copy of this newspaper from the UK called the Metro, and I read bits to you, because what's better than the news? Yeah, the news from a free newspaper, that's what. And number one, we've got this scandal which is happening here in the UK. There's a show called Strictly Come Dancing, basically Dancing with the Stars, but the British version. And two people had a snog on a day out. That's a deep kiss. Then a little bit of a snog on a night out. And this has caused absolute mayhem. Like, their love cheats and It's all crazy. We've also got some information about stuff in Brussels because Brexit is happening. I'm not going to cover most stuff on Brexit anymore. I can't be asked. It's just not worth it because it's happening and it's too late. Also, Claire tells of her shock when she discovered Crown's dirty secret. Claire Foy has described the inequality of pay on the Crown as a big, fat, dirty secret. The actress said she was deeply hurt when it emerged she earned £10,000 less per episode than co-star Matt Smith. Foy, 34, who won an Emmy and a Golden Globe for playing the Queen in the Netflix drama, told Net-a-Porter, I like that, Net-a-Porter, I was deeply hurt by it because I've been working on that show for 2 years. I loved everybody on it. And then I realised there's been a big, fat, dirty secret that no one's ever talked about. She added that if she hadn't become an inadvertent spokesperson for the inequality, she would have been cheating myself and all the other women I knew. Also, Richard Madden, who was on the Bodyguard BBC TV series, potentially, maybe 007 when Craig Charles steps down. Also got some stories about Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt is playing catch up with Donald Trump by failing to condemn Saudi Arabia, because technically speaking Donald Trump did, and Thornbury says you need to start doing stuff about it. We've also got Gove's, I love this one, Gove's wife, Michael Gove's wife tells Tories, stop waving your willies. I love the fact that this is in the Metro, and this has been quoted by so many different news. Like, stop waving your willies. If there was anything more British, I don't think that I would find it. Let's see, there we go. Stop waving your willies. Fan-funking-tastic. We've also got lead some to get pizzas in as the ministers consider quitting. I love this picture as well from Jeremy Hunt saying, I challenged a few of my fellow foreign ministers to navigate the Chevening maze in the rain, by comparison to which Brexit negotiations seem more straightforward. Also got McDonald's sorry as fire crew refused a free cuppa. McDonald's has apologised after staff at one of its branches refused to serve free teas to exhausted firefighters when they took a break from battling a major blaze next door. It came as dozens of crew members fought a huge fire at a B&M warehouse store in York's Clifton Moor retail park, which carried on through the night. But when a group of firefighters decided to take a quick break in the nearby McDonald's, staff refused to help out with hot drinks. They did not have any cash on them to pay. I mean, come on, like, just out of simplicity. I wish it was Craig Charles' doing. Is Tina Turner still alive? Did I say Tina Turner? I will survive. I don't know. We can find out in a second. I wish it was Craig Charles' 007. That would be awesome. But this story, and so the story, what I love about this story is, you'd think that's a non-story, Firefighters go into McDonald's, they don't get anything. That's a non-story. But no, there's more. So, several firefighters posted messages. So, a woman diner, and this is why it's a story, a woman diner was so shocked, she travelled home and came back with around 16 cups for the grateful crew. She had a stroke. Tina Turner. Ooh. We'll have a look into that. I have no idea about Tina Turner. This is not in the news tonight. But as I said, it's an interactive show. We'll take that in the other news. And so, McDonald's said sorry because they didn't feed the people that didn't have money to buy stuff. I mean, because where's the line? Where's the line? First you give them free teas, then you give them free burgers, then you might as well give them free extra value meals, and then slippery slope. You're giving them free sandwiches. Then you're giving them free sandwiches. You're giving them free, deli sandwiches, gourmet ones. What are you gonna do? You might as well give them the whole store. They're only firefighters, for God's sake. Another story, which is check out the confusion as shoppers want staff. I love this story because I love this. I love self-checkouts. It's perfect. I don't have to deal. I can just be in my own world. Shoppers want self-service checkouts removed from stores because they feel embarrassed. A poll has found. Half of customers are confessed to feeling confused by automated services, and nearly 2/3 think a human member of staff is more efficient. But 68% believe tech will replace people in the service industry in the future. Technology is transforming the way we live and work, but it can never replace the human touch, says Thomas Dubar of Accor Hotels, Northern Europe, which commissioned the story. Metro. Metro's hilarious. Now, the thing about the Metro is, like, I love the fact that I can just go to this machine and it does everything for me. I don't have to deal with someone going, oh, so what you doing? I don't want. I do enough of that on the internet. I don't want to have to deal with you here doing this. But I don't get confused by it. What I do like though is when you go to Poundland, the Poundland near us anyway. When you go in and you use the machine, it goes, oh, thank you very much. It's like, oh, it's only £1. It starts to sing to you like Elvis Presley. I just think that's hilarious because there has to have been focus testing on that. Yeah, there has to have been focus testing. And you go up to the machine and people probably go, oh, we don't like the fact that it doesn't speak to us. Oh, well, very much. It's like, that's hilarious. Oh, make sure you take it out. Like, why is it Elvis as well? I don't understand why it was Elvis. I could understand any other voice, but it's like the focus testing went in. Elvis is the best voice. Elvis's best voice. 18,000 in our armed forces fight obesity. They may be trained to be fighting fit, but thousands of members of the British Armed Forces are occupied with fighting fat instead. Around 18,000 personnel are clinically obese. Figures supplied by the Ministry of Defence show. They reveal 398 troops have type 2 diabetes. 160 have been prescribed diet pills, and 16 have had liposuction. What is this? Like, what army is this? I thought that part of going to the army meant that you had to be like fighting fit, like all the time. Like you go do like gun training and all these things. Like, why are they fat? Like, how are they getting fat? How are they affording liposuction? How fat are they? As a fat man, I say this with no shame. You know, I'm not fat shaming. I'm ashamed to be fat. Shame on you. Colonel Richard Kemp, former commander in Afghanistan, told the newspaper that soldiers cannot stay in shape, should be sacked. Totally right. Really? Is it? Is it though? Is it though, D? Is it? Now, what else we got here? Robot warriors and gene editors. Nope. And then I think I had one more. Well, this is a nice one, So, obviously, I'll mention this in other news because it's not my big news for tonight. But Fergie then, Duchess breaks the ice in royal photo. First royal photo for 20. My mom told me about it. My mom was telling me about this story before on Saturday when I went to see her. But like as you can see, Fergie is in her daughter getting married is in a royal photo for the first time in 26 years. Bloody hell, she's looking all right. Budgie, the little helicopter, etc. Oh, I love it. I love it. My first ginger crush. She could write books, do all the stuff. She's princess, or duchess, or whatever she was. And I think that's it. That is Metro Moments for today. So let's take you to our last section of in other news. Where's my water? It's getting very hot in here. The heating's obviously on. Bam. In other news. So, actually, you know what? Yeah. I just coughed really hard there. Then the heating's come on. So actually, let's just take you to this. Donate $5 to me, goddammit. Help a brother out. I need to eat. I need to be able to open the window every now and then and not suffocate like a dog in a car. Come on, help a brother out. Look, I have got water here, I'm not going to die. Oh my God. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to stay alive. It's hard being me. Now, that stupid place put the water. You know when you like think like I've moved loads of liquids around here, so I didn't have like drinks next to me because I thought I might be swooping around, and I just thought that's smart. Put the water right next to my multi-plug, blow everything up, blow the house up. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. He's not actually Donald Trump. If you were actually Donald Trump, I would be amazed. You know what I'd say, You know what I'd say, Mr. Trump? I'd say go to fowloriginal.com and help support a channel. Because we is not about the fake news, my friend. If you want to see this big old bird face, you know you in the right place, Mr. Trump, etc. Bam. Anyway, back to another news and a quick, brief run through of some other stories that I thought I could just touch upon because it's kind of funny. It's funny. Woman paralyzed after being catapulted off bed during sex. Amazing story. A woman left paralyzed after being catapulted from her new bed during sex is suing a bed firm for damages. Claire Busby said her Super King double divan was in a defective state. Claire Busby of Maidenhead, Berkshire, suffered spinal injuries when she fell from the Super King-sized double divan as she shifted her position when she was having sex. The 46-year-old is taking legal action against Berkshire Bed Company, trading as Beds R Us, saying the bed was in a defective state. The firm denies liability for her injuries and is contesting the case. Judge Barry Cotter, sitting at the High Court, was told the central issue in the case is whether there were defects with the bed and whether Ms. Busby's tragic injuries were caused or contributed by them. The court heard Ms. Busby was injured a week after the bed's delivery while with her partner, John Marshall. Body snap. She told the Keep professional, Fowl. It's a professional story. She told the court she swung her legs from underneath her before laying back on the bed. At that point, she claims the bed gave way and she topped off the end, landing on her head. She said, I spun around, I put my hand down, and then I felt like I was catapulted off the back of the bed. I fell to the side and hurt what felt like a spring in my body snap. Ms. Busby alleges the two divans were made up the base of the bed were not properly fastened together and two gliders or feet were missing from the ends of the bed. Winston Hunter for Ms. Busby said it was accepted that the particular circumstances of the accident are unusual, but claimed the firm was still liable. Lawyers for the bed company argue it was properly assembled at the time of delivery, and even if the two gliders were missing, it would not have caused the bed to collapse. So basically, it's your fault, like, it's not our fault, it's not our fault. Now, let's just quickly check this whole Tina Turner situation, because I didn't know anything about Tina Turner, so that's all I know is that simply the best, etc. I mean, it just, the Tina Turner stuff, I think we'll talk about this tomorrow, because it looks like it's quite a bit in here, but it's just her talking about her son and stuff, and her son's suicide. So that's unfortunately going to happen. We'll say that till tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So that's the end of the show tonight. Thank you very much all for joining me. As I said, I'm trying to wrap this up into the half an hour instead of going on for a million years. But as we will always do, and as I will always do, I will attempt to get myself basically copyright struck, because that's what's happening really, isn't it? Every single time this goes on. Our top story today was Saudis preparing to admit that Jamal Khashoggi died during an interrogation after joint investigation with Turkey, and also that the WWE Crown Jewel event, which is happening on November 2nd, is potentially at risk. And let's find out what happens on Raw tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, 10:30. I'm thinking about going to the cinema in between. And also, if you want to talk about the Graps, tomorrow night, live for SmackDown 1000, I will be doing a live stream, watching the show, talking about, we'll start from about 12:30. We'll have a little chin wag probably about what's gone on from Raw the night before, and also what we expect is going to happen on the night, going through for the whole show. Please join me for that if you like the Graps, because I do. But as I said, I will leave you with any way to basically get copyright struck. So in honor of tonight and the beginning of our show, this should do it. This should, you know, when you watch something, you're like, this should get me copyright struck. I'd like to end it with on the wrestling theme. It is the 15th of October, 2018, and I will leave you with something that you've probably seen before, something that will probably get me copyright struck, but you know what? It's that kind of day. If you want to help support the channel, you can go to fowloriginal.com and you can help me out in obviously various different ways. By just being amazing as you all are. Thank you for all the people following me on Twitter. That is awesome as well. And thank you to all the people that are helping share, like, subscribe, share this to Facebook, all those different places. Join me tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. for another one of these little chatabouts. And if you want to help support the channel, you can like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you very much. If you're watching on Periscope, thank you very much. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much as well if you're watching on YouTube. And I would love it if you could all donate to the channel as well. This has been Fowl Original. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And also, I'm doing Movember. More details of that coming up. This has been Fowl Original. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Thanks, Hogan. You is my friend.